Today, I'm opening up slime from SHEIN and seeing if it needs fixing or not. Hit subscribe and let's get started. Okay, so I ordered more slime from SHEIN. I may have a problem, but I am actually so excited to get into these because, to be honest, I kind of forget what I ordered. The first one that I'm opening up is this gorgeous kind of lavender pink clear slime. To me, it looks like it has pom-poms in, and it came in this kind of like bucket container, which I thought was really cool. I peeled off the packaging and this label, but I have no idea what any of this packaging says, but I do know that this slime is actually really, really pretty. And if I wanted to travel with this, I could even carry it around with the little handle attached. Now, opening it up, the first thing I noticed was absolutely how crystal clear this slime was. And the way that the light hit it kind of made it look a little bit holographic, so I was so excited to get into this. Now, to be honest, my first impressions, I did think it might be a little bit tough. It didn't feel bad at all, but when I first got out the container, I kind of realized that this was more of a putty rather than a slime. But honestly, saying that, it was kind of like a hybrid between a slime and a putty. Kind of like a half and half mix of slime and putty, because this was still actually really stretchy, and kind of surprisingly, it literally didn't rip either. I was kind of debating to maybe try and turn this into more of a slime texture, but to be honest, I like it, so I left it as it was. Okay, the next slime I ordered was a little bit surprising to me because this is not what I ordered. I basically ordered the banana version of this yogurt slime. I've had the strawberry version, and this is what the banana's meant to look like. I was really excited for this, so when I'd seen that they just sent me a yellow slime in this random packaging, I was a little bit disappointed. But you know what? I was still gonna test it out, and to be honest, the packaging did have some cool prints on the side of it, and I was kind of hoping it was the same slime, just in different packaging. To open this up, this one actually came with a metallic film. This was actually pretty hard to open, but at least I know that none of the slime was gonna leak, and I was so excited to finally feel the texture of this slime. Now, once it was finally open and I started to play with the slime, I was disappointed. And I was really annoyed because not only was this not the slime I ordered, but it also didn't have that nice of a texture. It kind of just felt like clay, and kind of like clay that had maybe dried up a little bit, or I don't know. It was just a bit rubbery. I wasn't too worried about it though, because I felt like I'd fixed this type of slime before. So I put it into my trusty bowl with some clear glue, a little bit of glycerin, and also a little bit of lotion. I don't always add lotion to slime fixes, but I'm adding it to this one just because I feel like it really does need to be softened up quite a lot. So I just went ahead and really tried to mix everything in. Because the clay was actually kind of hard, it was a little bit difficult, but after a little while, the glycerin kind of started to dissolve everything. And at this point, I decided to go in with my gloves, and this was when I kind of realized I might have messed something up. Because the clay was so hard, I kind of added a little bit too much lotion and glycerin, and I basically just completely melted this slime down to the base. To be honest, all I need to do to fix this is just add a little bit of activator and mix it in, but I was pretty surprised this happened, and I maybe shouldn't have added that lotion into it. After a little bit more activator and a little bit more mixing, the slime was finally better, and it had a pretty nice texture. It was creamy and soft, but I did feel like it could be better. The last time I made a slime like this, it was a lot more like a frozen yogurt texture, so to achieve that, I'm just gonna add some more soft clay into it, and sometimes all you really need is a little bit of soft clay to give that slime a little something extra, because now this slime was literally 10 times softer, 10 times creamier, and just 10 times overall a better slime. Unfortunately, as you know, because I keep going on about it, that this slime didn't come in the right container, so I actually ordered these frozen yogurt containers and made these custom labels. These labels looked adorable, if I do say so myself, and I just stuck that onto the yogurt container, and this actually does not look too far off at all from what I originally ordered. And my absolute favorite part of this super creamy texture is that when you swirl it into these containers, it literally looks like I'm swirling frozen yogurt into them. I've never actually tried banana frozen yogurt, but I feel like it might be quite nice. So now I had the slime fixed and the container made, I decided this slime needed a few more finishing touches, because is it even froyo if it doesn't have toppings? I decided to keep it pretty simple and just added some of these yellow sprinkles onto it, along with some of these brown chocolate chunks, and finally topped it with a little banana charm and this adorable little monkey. I'm actually so happy with how this turned out, and it now actually looks like what I ordered. The texture was now creamy like frozen yogurt, and it was now in the proper frozen yogurt container. The one regret I have though is that I should have scented this like bananas, so maybe I'll do that later. The next slime I ordered is actually a clear slime, and it came in this really adorable polar bear packaging. I'm actually really impressed with this already just from that, because even if the slime is bad, I want to keep the container. I opened this up, and the first thing I noticed was that it smelled really strongly of peppermint, and of course the second thing I noticed was that this was literally crystal clear. I put my hands into the slime, and I noticed two things. The first thing, that this could do with a little bit of activator, because I actually have to be pretty quick with it before it sticks to my hands. And the second thing was that it kind of made my hands feel cool. I don't know if this is true, but on the container it says feel the cool of the glacier version, and I thought maybe the peppermint scent was a peppermint oil that's meant to have a cooling effect as you play with it. Maybe it's just a placebo, but I really like this slime and I don't think it needs fixing. The next slime also came in some pretty cool packaging. I feel like maybe the SHEIN sellers are upping their game a little bit. It came with some activator and these black crumbs, and I really did have no idea what to expect with this. But when I opened it up, it revealed the most gorgeous light blue glossy slime, and it was honestly such a beautiful color. To be honest, maybe it's the packaging, but for some reason I thought this might have something else with it. It had a really nice texture and was honestly one of the glossiest slimes I've ever felt, but I just felt like it was maybe a little bit basic, which is fine. And the slime was also pretty sticky. So I decided to do two things. The first thing was to pour it into my glass bowl and just activate it. Weirdly enough, this didn't actually activate as easily as I thought it would. Maybe I should have used the activator they provided because I just used mine, but it really wasn't that big of a problem. I just had to mix it for a little bit longer than I expected. Once it was activated, the texture was really nice. I just couldn't get out of my mind though that it kind of just felt like a base slime, like it should have something else in there. So now the slime was complete, the second thing I wanted to do was make a clay topper for it. I know some of you guys are going to think I'm crazy for adding something into this beautiful glossy slime, and it really honestly didn't need fixing. I'm just a little bit extra. And when it comes to slime, I'm always trying to take it just to the next level. So using some soft clay, I carefully designed this adorable little bear, and I even added a little bit of blush to each cheek, and it was so adorable. For some reason, I feel like light blue and brown just go together really well, and with the black crumbs that were meant to go in this slime, I just felt like everything tied together really nicely. I placed the clay bear onto the middle of the slime, and then just completely destroyed my beautiful creation. Listen, I'm no sculptor, but I do feel like my clay toppers are getting a little bit better. Maybe that's my next thing. But I just mixed my creation into the slime, and it honestly formed such a nice texture. And the brown clay and the blue slime kind of gave it a cookies and cream color, so I'm not mad about it. Okay, moving on, we have 4 more slimes. Listen, I'm keeping these slimes coming for this video. I'm literally just exposing my bad shopping habits at this point. But these slimes are clear-based slimes, and my first impression was that they're actually all very pretty. I basically bought one clear version of the slime and then the metallic version of it, so we have the blues here and then the pinks. I mean, it's actually kind of more purple, but it's still really pretty. I ended up just playing with each one a little bit to feel if the texture was the same, and it was a really nice, stretchy, clear slime. And I think I've actually bought from this seller before. Now, instead of concluding the video here and just saying that the slimes were good, I wanted to do something with them, and the lava slime I made in the last video has me literally obsessed with wax cracking slimes. I placed all of these into the container and pretty soon realized that there wasn't enough slime, so I topped it off with some of my own clear slime and then just flipped it. If you don't know what a wax cracking slime is, it's basically just slime with wax poured on top, and it makes the most satisfying ASMR when you press it. Like, you seriously cannot tell me that this is not the most satisfying trend the internet has created. Not only was that super satisfying, but the clear slimes blended together looked gorgeous. And now I actually am really happy because I have this giant, really pretty kind of metallic slime. I actually let this sit for 24 hours and let all of the wax pieces rise to the top, and it actually gave really good ASMR too. I have to say I actually also really love the end color of this, and instead of picking all of the wax chunks out like I thought I was gonna, I actually think I'm just gonna keep them in and keep breaking them up. Well, I had so much fun opening up these slimes from SHEIN and seeing what they were like. I definitely think we got some good ones this time. I'm actually impressed, and I'm also really happy with how the ones I fixed turned out too. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future, make sure to hit subscribe. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.